as usual, I do what I do. I'll roll a die. I got a 4. Scumbag, what happened last time? What has happened to our disgusting mutated peoples so far?
Hey, some of us are
Excuse
quite
me,
handsome.
we're not that disgusting yet.
It's a compliment in this world, I think.
Yeah, I guess so. So last time, we started off in the Ark. We did some work on the farm. The
You
Elder
farmed.
called us. Yeah, we farmed. We do some farming around here. Then the Elder called us because we have an apparent big problem. The problem being is that the water purifier is screwed. And the Elder, in his old coughingness, decided to, impart onto us the mission to repair it. So off we went into the wasteland. Some of our party members with a more fluid moral compass, shall we say, they decided to rob some people, which they did successfully.
The murderers, to be clear.
Murderers allegedly
Convicted in a court of law.
I mean, look, they were run out of town. That tells me they were guilty according to the town they were evicted from.
Yeah, but either way, I didn't partake in that. And then, who was it that fell down a hole?
Yeah, I
Was
mean,
it Mariner?
That was me.
Man.
That was
Mariner
me.
fell down a hole,
I fell
broke
down
his
the
arm.
hole.
His arm's still broken. We managed to pull Mariner out of the hole where there were some nasty things that I'm not sure if Mariner's even spoke about.
Actually, I'm looking at my sheet. Did it delete that my arm is broken? Where was that recorded?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see it on here under temporary, passive, or inactive effects. Was I supposed to hit a save button or something?
Well, no big deal. We could just jot it down.
Okay, but I remembered my arm was broken.
It's
but
okay,
not on the
I
sheet.
just dragged it onto your sheet. The joys of VTT.
Oh, where would I see it then? There it is,
Just
broken
on your
forearm.
sheet.
Okay, yeah. All right, yes, my arm is broken.
Indeed.
Yeah, and then after that, we wandered on towards the pure plant in our search for the water chip. And I think that's where we left off, looking out onto its, bellowing nastiness and putrid pool of rot water.
Indeed, and it's actually notably not putrid.
Oh, we also fought some giant ant things and are now wearing cool chitin armor made out of dead
Oh
ants.
yeah, somebody made the mole made you all like chitin armor out of bugs, giant bugs. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah, we beat up a bunch of bugs.
Yep. And
Well, I mean, beat up is a strong word, but
And they're ants. It's not technically bugs. It's all how they, eat.
Any
So-
fight I come out with
Glad.
3 limbs still working is a good one.
Hey, we got a bunch of extra limbs out of that one.
and I picked up all the loot because I don't remember why. I think we just needed someone to hold on to it to manage it.
right.
I'm down an arm.
You're the treasurer.
I can't pick up loot.
That's fair.
So you all have traveled more than a
Yeah,
day.
he
You had
needs
to
to give a hand.
camp out, but you've found your destination. You can see here a facility, an ancient pre-war facility with huge tanks and thick rusty pipes rising up, jutting out of the wasteland. And in the middle, you can see this tall concrete tower. It looks as though on this tower there's some smoke coming up out of the top and jagged mangles of something, just like this, just jutting up out of the top of it. And it also looks like you have these old tanks, and near the circular tanks are long yards of intersecting tunnels and pipeways with long stretches of pools of water. And on the near side of this island is also water, about 100-yard lake. This sits in an island on the inside of a lake. from where you are, you can see that the water in the lake is calm. It appears shallow on the near end as far as you can tell, and has some algae floating in it. There are no vapors arising from the lake or anything like that. And as you approach it, someone arises from the
Sorry,
nearby.
for some reason
scrap.
I imagined angsty teenagers vaping.
Vaping, all right. A rat man approaches you.
Oh, it's been so long since we've seen each other, my friend. How are you doing?
Oh, that's even better.
Out looking for scrap, I bet.
Thirsty. I'm really thirsty. Sorry,
I'm Friday. Pleased to meet you. No.
My memory is a little bit foggy. Can you who are you?
Ivar, don't you remember?
Yeah,
Well, that's a shame.
I do remember you. I remember you very, very well. Ivor, yeah.
Yeah. And sure, you remember Gwen. I say as I gesture to the woman who's carrying my legless torso.
Gwen, oh my gosh, how long it's been. Oh, boy, I miss you guys. I miss you guys really bad. Where you going? Where you guys going?
I should point over there.
And then,
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, maybe you all should describe your characters. Just
Please.
to Christopher here. What does Ivar look like?
Ivar is a sort of, he's very burned. He doesn't have any hair. He's got goggles / sunglasses on, and keeps himself kind of covered up. No, I'm not sure if any of you have seen his eyes yet, or if he's needed to take his goggles off for any reason. Yeah, he doesn't have any legs. He's got the upper body strength of a guy who doesn't have legs, so he's pretty buff himself. And then he's riding on the back of a even larger woman who's built like a brick shit house.
But if he's always being carried, how did he get the upper body strength?
Training,
Dumbbells.
yeah.
He was carried upside down.
Yeah.
Terrifying,
I
love it.
occasionally do pull-ups on our arms while we're
It has been
walking
pumping
along.
the iron for sure.
Yeah.
Did you bring any food?
Oh, I've got food. Yeah.
I
I've got
vote
food.
rat can stay. I say, raising my one good arm. Wait, I have 2 votes. I'll raise one of the ant arms. I knew I was carrying this for a reason.
Listen, if you guys are going to the fact, that's where I'm going too. And then I'm also, once you're finished with the factory, I'm also going the same way after that too. So like we might as well just hang out together, right?
What does Rafferty? What's Rafferty look like?
I look like Kevin Costner was a fish man. I really need to get a picture of that.
He looks like a swarthy, rugged man, except for all the fish scales and the gills.
Yep, and my arm's in a sling,
Yeah, and he's got a broken.
which is
Broken
weird
fishy
because the
arm.
broken arm is the one I let hang loose. Why did we do that? None of you have good medical training.
What about the
I'm not
mole?
a doctor, Jim.
Tell us about what does the mole look like, and what is his deal?
The mole! He has a mole nose. It's the first thing you notice about him. He's got the pink thing with all the fingers coming off of it and everything, and he's got his eyes covered by welding goggles, and otherwise looks like a pretty nondescript, metaphorically ratty human being.
All right, and
And he's got
lastly,
these like satchels hanging off of him with like various junk in them.
what's Sarah? What does she look like? What's her deal?
I mean, mysterious and grumpy.
Indeed.
Hooded face, combat boots.
All right. So the Rat Man joins your crew, having convinced the perhaps I don't know what Ivar. So to be clear, he's not actually from the Ark. But I think it's cool because maybe because Ivar has like hypnotoad eyes. Maybe you all haven't seen them, but maybe he saw into your mind and saw like that you could just be killed here and now. And
I don't remember seeing those eyes.
Yeah, so maybe Ivar like noticed something that you all didn't. But either way, now he's in the game, the Rat Man.
He noticed how cool and helpful I was.
And then as soon as that happens, you see figures arising from the water.
Oh shit! It's the fucking vapors.
I was gonna drink that.
There are these humanoid figures that arise from the water. Let's see here.
Did they bring food?
Yeah, you guys know these jokers?
I think we are the food.
I distinctly said it's not my turn to be food. Not it.
What in the...
I also refuse to be food.
They're all cowled and wearing scrap and cloaks and tattered things that have been just wound together, part patient, like as if they've just like covered in gauze, part just hooded, parts of them glowing. You can hear a kind of growling noise coming from them, and they shamble towards you to attack. They have just scraps for weapons that you can see that they've, much like the people you know from the Ark. What do you all do?
Shambling?
Yeah, they don't look like they're moving very fast, but they look like they're moving intelligently in a coordinated way.
Do I know anything? Like, you know, have I heard stories about humanoid things in the zone? Whether to know these are like
You could
people
know the zone if you wanted to.
I'll try to know the zone.
Wait, how well do you know zones?
I know zones. I know zones a little bit here and there.
The end of civilization. See people.
I've been known to know the zone once or twice. Oh well, I didn't know the zone that time.
I'm thinking I might want to try to know the zone as well.
All right, yeah, this will be the last check. However, if somebody can describe how up to 3 people can help.
Well, having been out here for a while,
No,
like,
you
just
can know the zone. I mean, like if somebody
okay.
else wanted to try to help, but you have to tell me how. Otherwise, and no sweat, you don't have to. You can just roll know the zone as well. Yeah, you do know what these are. These are Zone-Ghouls. They're mutated and irradiated people who were left to never quite die, nor would they quite age. Something about the radiation kept them in a state of eternal undeath. Some of them turn feral and mad, while others kind of just continue on in the state they're in until finally going mad.
Yeah, these are. Can we? I want to. These guys are not good guys. Maybe we should skedaddle. I don't want to be here.
I'm off like a prom dress.
You guys want? Don't say.
I hope it's not a complex prom dress with multiple layers and.
Oh, prom dress!
Stop.
It.
You're gonna
My
set off
God.
Sean. It's gonna get worse.
I thought he said brown dress. I was like, that makes no sense.
All right. Are you all?
I like how
saying
you guys are sitting there bewildered where I'm already going. Both my legs work.
I also would like to leave.
Okay, you guys
with all
are
my
gonna try
stealth
to,
powers.
You're gonna try to run. All right. Now,
I'm moot.
in order to run, you have to evade. You have to flee, which I think is just a single check.
It's moveth.
Yeah.
I've got moves.
I think last time I said we can just do a move check, just like one.
Yeah,
check.
I failed miserably, and then I had to crawl up to an ant and crush its head off.
Been
Yeah,
there.
I think we should restrict move checks to people who have legs in the future.
So
Hey,
one
I can
person.
move.
I'll say one person can make a move check.
I'll do it. Because I got all the moves.
All right, yeah.
Boom.
Not only are you able to do that, but you might even be able to get special benefit from it of some kind.
You can click the thing.
Oh yeah, here you can do that. That's right.
I did click the thing and there's nothing listed.
Oh yeah, someone else. Oh no, it's each person has to roll to
wait.
get away. So
Okay, yeah. Let's do it. That actually makes sense to me. That actually makes sense.
Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, so for everything, so one more person makes it out with me.
All right.
I was too busy knowing the zone.
Everybody,
So I guess whoever
everybody
was running
else
away
can
first
roll.
also got away.
Everybody else can roll, and then we can see who doesn't make it, and then we can figure it out. Like the mole, for example. All right, Rafferty, yeah.
Do I get an extra die
Ratchet.
from Gwen?
Yeah, good point. Yeah, and then it'll just count as you doing it.
Well,
You want to
I'm
push
gonna. Yeah.
it? Nice.
Oh, right, and with my stun, I will help Mr. Broken Arm Man. Oh wait, no, did you get out? Oh,
Yeah,
you
you
got
got
out. I'll help
Heal
Mole out
zone,
then.
You needed it, and
Yeah,
I already
I
got a
think-
second one, so
All right.
I think we're good.
Okay.
We're so brave.
We're advancing to future victory.
just like the stories of brave Sir Robin. We emulated him perfectly.
I mean, we could have shot a few bullets at him and left. That would make you feel
We hit
better.
him with the reverse Leroy Jenkins.
Bro, I'm a rat. I'm ready to run at a moment's notice.
Leroy, get the fuck out!
All right. Now, here we are. You have fled this plant. They've chased you off. You need that chip. And you need that that equipment. What do you do?
We approach from a different direction.
Do we have any ranged weapons? Like, do you guys have any guns or anything?
Can we try to
crossbows?
huddle and talk about what we know about the ZGs to as a group, right? You know, sort of campfire chat about these to see if we know any like specifics. You know, like it would be good to get them from the nighttime. Like, you know, how do they usually attack? Do they?
Yeah, I got lots
tools
of
and
information
shit,
on the ZGs.
you know?
I can tell you all about them.
That's
So
a ripple.
basically they're these guys that they're pretty weak, okay? But here's the thing, right? Is if they get to you, like they're gonna mess you up. So here's what you gotta do. You have to either you can sneak up on them, okay, or you can sneak around them, obviously. You can shoot them from far away. They're pretty slow, but like if they're on you, they're on you. You know, so you got to try to keep your distance from them. It's pretty clear that Ratchet is making most of this up, even if it sounds right. It's basically they want you, and you don't want to be close to them. They don't have any way to hit you from far away.
Right. That's why I was asking who's got ranged offense.
I got a gun. He's waving around a gun. Scrap.
I got a crossbow with 3 arrows.
I
That's
got a
a
ripple.
Okay, yeah, but how many of them are there?
There were more than I was comfortable with.
There was 6 or 7, I believe, something like that.
There's always more hiding too. They come
right.
from the water. Always more.
So apparently they don't rust. I'm impressed.
Or breathe.
Well, that doesn't impress me.
Real quick, Ross. I never rolled bullets for my gun.
Oh yeah, you can.
I think I was supposed to do that.
Yeah, that's also money.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, so our goal is to get in there and get parts and get out, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll get in there, get the thing.
How are we going to know what the thing looks like when we see it?
Well, it looks like, you know.
When you build it, they shall come. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Well, what are you looking for?
Oh,
I
man,
gotta
I
know
was
what it
gonna
looks like.
say that.
Well, I was going to ask, does someone in the party have a special ability that would identify this thing when we see it, and especially dismantle it when we see it?
Yeah, I can do
Oh,
that.
Yeah,
Dweebs.
yeah.
Absolutely,
So
I can do that.
We need to get you in next to the device long enough to detach it, and then we need to carry it out. So that's the mission then.
Too easy.
Get in and to get out.
How big is
big
the
it-
mole? Could I sneak
yeah.
him in myself?
How big is the mole?
Yeah.
I'm approximately human-sized.
Damn.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm strong enough to carry you then.
That's okay. I can walk.
I
How
How
can't.
many-
many how many bullets do our gun users have?
I have 9.
I have 3
Okay.
arrows.
I don't know what I'm supposed to roll for bullets, Slow.
Just roll a d6.
It says it on your roll.
Okay.
Yeah, it says
All right, I'll be
on
right back.
the-
Give me a second.
Yeah,
I
very
gotta get my dice.
I'm a stalker. That means 2 things. Oh, my mic's still on.
Fortunately, since the internet was discontinued, it's not as dangerous.
Yeah, I don't have any kind of ranged capability. I don't know if we can. There's not even any point in me trying. But I will attempt to, help out in any way I can. The question is we going to fight or are we going to try and sneak past them?
I have another question. So, the water around here that they're coming out of, is this water clear?
It
It
was.
looked pretty good as water comes, but from a distance you can't, there's only so much.
Well, healthy water wouldn't be clear because healthy water would have algae and stuff growing in it. If it's
No, there was
completely
algae.
clear, yeah, if it's completely clear, it's almost likely poisoned.
Yeah, no, I think it's rock contaminated in it. This is a purification plant.
Oh, that's even worse. Okay, because if they're hanging out in the water, then approaching by the water, I'm guessing these guys have a way to sense things that are in the water.
Here's a question about the environment. How many approaches are there to this plant that don't involve swimming?
0, unless you have a boat. Or
This is terrible
airborne
construction.
method.
I mean, a boat is just swimming on top.
Could we build a
Oh,
boat?
right, did I miss something? Oh, the
Deep.
plant's in the middle of the lake. I see.
We have to cross the water.
We could.
All right.
We
Why
could
doesn't
try to build a boat.
Rafty McGraftman and his friend.
Well, I don't. What skill do you use for crafting stuff?
I assume
Jury
jury
rig.
rig.
I use jury rig.
Which is a specialty skill. I don't have that.
Yep.
Yeah, only gearheads have it.
Okay, well, we've got ant corpses, which I know can be lashed as a raft. I've seen nature films.
If you're brave enough, anything can be used as a raft.
Well, I recommend using things that float.
Good point.
There goes my
Yeah,
cement
yeah,
block boat
swim.
plan.
So I'll say
I mean, a
that.
good question is like, this is going to be super deadly, right? No matter what we do as a gang here, like, if we make a boat, we could still get pulled off it if we're trying to, if we go off at the wrong time. Maybe it's better that we draw as many as we can out of the water and fucking kill them.
Well, we could do the diversion. Well, killing all of them sounds, but we could try to do a diversion, which is chase them away while the raft people get inside.
I mean, I can make a bomb, and I think a bomb would attract a lot of attention.
Bombs are great when they go off underwater.
TNT fishing.
Oh, we could do some TNT fishing. Or, you know what?
It was
If we can
Oh.
generate a sizable enough electrical pulse, you shock the whole water. I don't know how we go about doing that, but I'm sure, that would be cool.
Hold on, back up, guys. I will mutate into an electric eel.
it would really
Yeah,
shock
have you
them.
got lightning powers, or...
Wait,
Give
does
me a
somebody have
minute.
lightning powers?
No,
working-
I don't think there are lightning powers.
I'm working on
Just
it.
1 second.
I'm turning into a fish every day.
Holy
With
crap, you got a
enough
third
power
eyeball.
batteries. Anything is possible.
Okay, so I don't think shock pulse is a very viable idea.
Do we want to pull this to a vote about what to do?
Well,
Oh
who's
boy,
got mission
guys, I'm just happy
advance?
to be here.
Does anyone have seniority?
What do you mean
Everyone except
seniority?
for the new guy.
Yeah, I'm just happy to be here, guys.
Yeah, I'm down with whatever.
All right, let's go with the. I mean, unless somebody can feasibly, build a raft, we can have that as the side plan. I don't see how you sneak on water.
Yeah, on an open lake, yeah.
Yeah. I
Well,
just
we could
don't
do
see-
it. It depends on whether they can see in darkness or not. Because when at night, this place has to be pitch black. There's no light pollution.
I also feel like it's a bit of an open question whether they can. While this feels a little silly to say, it does seem like an open question whether or not they can swim.
Yeah,
We haven't
Can I,
seen
they're
them
just
swim.
like
They just
crawling
kind of
along the bottom.
walked out of the water.
Can I do find the path to see if I can find like a shallow area that's not like more than like knee deep maybe, and see if we
Well,
can just like
it
walk
sounds
there
like
without being submerged?
But it sounds like the opposite. It sounds like if these guys walk underwater, we'd want to find the deepest because then they couldn't get to us.
To be clear, I didn't say that they were submerged. I simply said they emerged. So I didn't mean to suggest that they.
I think that you did suggest that. That's how those words work.
Okay, so let me clarify. You saw these things shambling out of the water. That did not mean to suggest you saw them arise from underneath the water and come up.
Right, and just because they were under the water doesn't mean they don't have weight belts. They couldn't. I mean, they might have scuba gear. They might have just been,
That's a good point.
But as it
If we
stands,
can-
I don't think you all know anything about the water.
We've got a lot of unknowns going on here.
I know that it's wet at least.
Can I scout the water?
You could scout the water. Do you want to
Well,
try out? Do you
I
want
could scout. Hold on, I could scout the water. I can breathe underwater.
I would like it a lot if someone determined whether this was good water or bad water.
I would.
We
be
already know
happy-
it's bad water. Ross
we
told
don't.
us last
I'm gonna
session.
let Fishman jump in the water, but I'm gonna scout the water because I want to roll something.
Okay.
Ross
Why
told
don't-
us last session.
Why don't you scout over there and I'll scout over here? All right, I'm gonna scout.
Oh Lord!
Not great.
On either count.
Well,
Well, obviously this one. I'm not gonna push
but
that.
before you do that, what is it you're doing, like in character, like in the fiction? What is it that you all do?
I would walk around the perimeter of the lake in a safe zone to make sure I don't get my head shot off, and then enter portions of the lake and swim underwater looking for floating mines, booby traps, piranha fish, clouds of rot, trying, to experiment and not actually coming up on the other shore.
Okay, so you would swim under the water and look.
Yeah, I mean,
Ross, can I
I'm
roll the D2
I'm an
quickly here?
amphibian, so I can breathe
Just
underwater.
to make my decision for me, because I don't know if Ivar thinks that this is a teachable moment or if he should
So-
intervene.
And for Sarah, what does Sarah do?
You said it's like clear water, right?
Well, I mean,
Or
first of
somebody
all,
was saying that.
do you just where do you go? Like, what do you go and do?
Well, in my case, since we were talking about how deep places are and whether or not things were submerged, I'm gonna like climb trees and see if I can get like sight into the water.
Okay, very interesting. There's something that you can do with that. Hang on for a moment. Don't let me forget.
Okey-dokey.
Let me get back to you. So while they are doing that, I assume that they're going to leave the group, split off on their own, and they're going to circle around, presumably far enough where you hopefully aren't going to see these things again. Right? Like you're not just going to go back the way you came.
I think that's the goal.
Okay. All right. So they go do that. Meanwhile, what is everyone else doing?
You first.
Well,
Cameron.
I'll just keep an eye out, I guess.
All righty.
Where they generally are. I mean, unless anyone else has a plan for what we should do. Because I mean, they already went off, and well, at least I know that because you explained it last time.
I maybe failed to do that, but I'll get back to that in a moment. But all right, so you're watching, kind of like doing a lookout. You could maybe accompany Sarah, since it sounds like she's doing that anyways. She's trying to find a high place, and then you kind of guard and you set up a point, and then maybe,
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. So that leaves 2 gearheads. Are you guys trying to work on anything? This will give you some time to do that. You naturally pick up scrap as you go. So, is there something you want to try to build? You could probably attempt to build something.
One way or another, we're gonna need to ford this here water. So
I was thinking about looking around to see if we could find either boat materials or bomb materials. I was gonna see if I could do a know the zone or something like that, or I could just look around for stuff because, I don't know. There's probably not much wood around in a post-apocalyptic world, generally speaking. So maybe, oh gosh, I don't know, cork, like from old bulletin boards, or I guess stuff that would try to float or that could
So
be
you're
used to float.
thinking a boat and or a bomb, is that right?
Well, Ratchet would be very enthusiastic about these ideas because he doesn't want to be left alone
Yeah.
because he's useless in some way. So he's gonna really lean all in on the either diversion or boat or both tactics.
Yeah.
He wants to feel useful, and those are the ways he knows how to.
So what are you thinking, Mole? Are you thinking about
Yeah.
building something, and if so, what?
We need a boat one way or another.
So you're
There's
thinking
water
a
in
boat
between
and
us
a
and the
bomb.
goal.
All right. So you're able to easily find materials. In fact, one of your role features is you naturally pick up scrap for this as you go. I can't remember what skill you have to roll, but you have a skill where you can build stuff if you have the time. You do have the
jury
time.
rig.
Yeah, so you could each attempt a jury rig, or you could try to jury rig one thing and help the other, and I'll say it counts as two helps. But you have the insect carcasses, and yeah, you do that, and you absolutely find some corkboard. You find a bunch of old rotten stuff in a nearby. Maybe it used to be a classroom, in fact, and so there's a bunch of this kind of like cheap wood and fiberboard. And you're able to layer the fiberboard with the insect stuff and bind it together and easily work on a boat. Now, the question is, would the boat actually work? And then also you can attempt to build a bomb. What is that?
I would defer to helping the mole on those things, more of a fixer and less of an inventor.
Okay, so maybe you're thinking boat?
I'm thinking boat. I think first step boat.
All right. Now, before you roll that, I want to switch over to Sarah just really quickly. Sarah, you find a high place. It's a tree that's rotted in next to an old leaned-in building. It probably wouldn't otherwise be safe, but you're able to make it up to the top of it and shimmy up to the top. You can see around you about a mile in every direction now. With that, there's a few things that you can do. Unfortunately, you can't quite make out anything about the water because, now you just simply have changed your perspective and there's nothing that can quite tell you anything about the water. Except for what you see, Mariner there doing. And you see Mariner, and so I'm going to pan the camera over to Slade, Mariner Slade. I'm just going to call you Slade. To Slade, you find a place to make your way into the water to check it out. And there's a few things that you notice right away about the water. First of all, it's slightly warm. It's just...
Ew.
Yeah, slightly warm. There's algae in it. And it seems
Good sign.
really fresh and clean.
Very good sign. This must be where the water purifier is.
And the last thing you notice as you kind of walk around is that it never goes about higher than thigh deep for you, no matter how far you go into this lake.
Apologize, you turned robot after you said the word higher.
Well, I was saying that it never goes more than about thigh deep higher for you. It's usually at about knee or ankle deep. This whole lake is shallow.
In reservoir, does it have is it low as in it's low in the water and there's edges it could go higher with a water break, or is this is just a shallow lake?
It's just a shallow lake. In fact, you get the sense that probably this isn't actually a natural lake, but runoff from purified water that's just flowing out from the facility.
They have so much water, they just spill it everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Really, they don't deserve the water purifier.
So I'm going to pan the camera back over to Sarah. Sarah, you can see Slade in such shallow water, halfway, 50 yards in, that it's just shallow. Now, you don't have any way of knowing that it's clean yet from where you are.
But I can tell it's not deep.
You can tell
That's
it's
kind
not
of what
deep.
I was going for.
Yep, and you're also able to tell something else, and I'll get back to that, but I don't know if you want to pass that info along to your companions, since they're nearby.
I will pass that along. Yes, it is not deep. And offer them no further context.
Well, rats. No offense.
Yeah, I don't want to build a stupid boat anyway.
And it doesn't seem to be trapped either. Well, after we get... A problem I have with this is even though it's only waist, does that mean we're going to be running out of here wading through waist-deep water while they shoot at us or chase us?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so certainly those are all considerations as you all... I leave it up to the gearheads now with the information you know. You don't know if it's clean or not. You know it's like no more than waist deep at most, usually knee deep.
Well, I could bring back a sample.
You could, but they don't know that yet. So this is something going on off somewhere else about
right.
about an hour or two in. And the reason for that is that while you're gone, they have the time that they can make something. So you could still make a boat. You could, if you feel like you could come to the conclusion that, like, well, I don't know that a boat would help us as much, you can try to make something else. I think you can even make rot suits. But you can think about that. Get back with me. I'm going to pan the camera back over one more time to Sarah because you get a special feature. It says that if you go to a high place with a stalker, you can explore an adjacent sector without entering it and gain the benefits of exploration.
Sweet.
I need to borrow that, thank you.
You can do that in any surrounding sector, or you can do it. You can attempt to do it here with this plant. Basically, you can scout the plant without entering it.
I want to do that.
All right, I think you do your know the zone, or no, I'm sorry, the
Find the path.
Find the path. Sorry, my bad. Yeah.
I like finding the path.
Ooh.
Very nice.
Hallelujah. And I'm gonna roll for grub. No, wait, it's contaminated by rot. I'm gonna roll
You
for
could
bullet.
find an artifact.
Or wait, yeah, is the thing we're looking for considered an artifact?
Yes.
I do that.
Yeah, you can pick one. The other thing is you can, I think you can go there and you can know if there's a threat there. I think that's the main thing, right? If I remember.
Yeah, the
this
main
correctly.
success is that you know if there are any threats there, and you avoid them if you're actually traveling through it, or that you're not surprised by it.
All right.
And then the stunts is different. You can click it in the chat if you want to see them all.
All right. Yeah. Sarah, do you have some sort of device or ability to be able to see your long distance, or is it just your training?
Does my rifle have a scope? I don't know.
Probably not. I'll just say it's your training. You're just able to see really well. Okay, you're able to see really well, and you look into the facility. I'm going to bring the facility back up just so we can kind of like show what's there to chat about it. Need aftermath. So let's say you're over in a tree over here, okay, and about a mile away, 3/4 of a mile away, and you are able to, from that high vantage point, able to kind of snoop down in this place. You can see a few things going on. One is that you can make out there are kind of three major points to this facility. One is there's a smokestack, and you can attempt a skill if you want. I'm going to throw this out here. You can attempt another skill since you're up here, which is Scout. You can attempt Scout to see. Otherwise, while you're doing that roll, you can see that there's a large building complex here that's clearly the control room. You can see a bunch of computers and stuff in there. And then over here in these long rectangular collections of water with tanks and pumps, you can see that you can see signs of movement down among the catwalks and tunnels and in between these things. You estimate that there's probably 3 or 4 dozen people down in that.
People or ZG people?
Probably ZG people, judging how they all have like a dark kind of like they all look similar. They're just different sizes, but otherwise, yeah.
They're just kind of lumbering around.
3 or 4 dozen different people down there. You can tell that they're intelligent. Some of them even look like they're working on the facility.
I believe they were shambling earlier, so lumbering to shambling, we gotta factor that in.
It looks like you did not pass your scout roll.
No.
You want to push it or keep it?
I do not.
All right. So in that case, that is what you know, unless you want to use one of your stunts.
I do want to use my stunt to know if the artifact we're looking for is there.
I mean, there's also the rot one as well. So you got 2 good options.
Well, we're trying to like get the one thing to fix our own water thing, right?
All right. You can tell. So there's 2 things, and by doing this, you probably were able to. You're probably able to identify this without a lot of searching around, because the control room, while it's full of computers, you're not sure if they're running. These pumps and purifiers are running. They are running, and there's lights, and there are people working on them, and there's steam and stuff coming out of this. This plant is active on some level, and that means that whatever purifies this water, there might be tons of them, but there's at least one of them in this in these reservoirs somewhere. Where all those ghouls are. So, all right, I'll go back to the map. While we were talking about that, the gearheads. What do you think? What do you think you might want to make in this time?
There's a lot of information going on here. I feel the need to step back and ask the perhaps silly question: what are we looking for here again, specifically?
Yeah, I
What are the
agree. Of course, I remember, but just in case anybody else around here, like, maybe forgot, maybe you could tell them.
I never learned in the first place. I've just kind of been rolling on faith. What are we looking for?
The actual ability to purify water. Your purifier.
I'm familiar with the principle. What are the machines?
Yes.
What are the objects we're trying to pick up?
I would say actually, you answer that for me. You're the gearhead. You have a water purifier in the Ark, and it has stopped working.
Yeah, again, like, I know, like, what it is, and so, like, it was just, like, hard to describe, so I can't really, like, I'll know it when I see it, sort of thing, Like,
And unfortunately, you're coming up against my lack of IRL knowledge about water purification. I guess there's a Brita filter lying around
So
somewhere.
I think we can all agree we need some cylindrical thing that's kind of smooth on either side.
yeah, the cylindrical, yeah.
Yeah. And then it has like maybe 2 metal bands going around.
The metal
it,
bands,
and like
exactly.
the sticker. Yeah.
It'll
Like
say
says
water
what it is.
filter on it, right? Which will help.
Yeah.
Exactly
Or,
what I was thinking about. Yeah, you guys got it. Again, like, when we see it, we'll get it out of there. But for now, like, maybe we could start seeing it first. I think our biggest problem right now is it sounds like there's a lot of activity here. And I don't think we have the resources to fight these guys. I got a whopping 2 bullets, and I'm keeping one of those, So, like, I mean, you said there was at least like 7 guys there or whatever. Again, there's always more. Like, I know that for a fact.
Mhm.
And so I think we go back to our original diversion plan, and maybe we can set up some traps and just like walk them into some traps or whatever, or set up an ambush or something. I'm good at ambushes, good at building bombs, not good at fighting with my fists.
Do we know what Sarah saw in the tree? That there's like dozens of people in this facility?
Sorry, you tell them, yelled that down or something?
I do tell them that. I tell them there are many friends to be made within the facility.
All right.
Hold
I
up, Ross.
feel
Can I
like-
clarify something? At which point in time are we now? Have we skipped past? They didn't build anything.
Yeah, they have not built anything yet.
No,
But,
no, I mean like
uh,
in terms of people regrouping and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, the ghouls. Yeah, they slinked back off into the water and headed back towards. But you probably were still on land while that was happening. Probably a 20-minute or 30 or 40-minute track away from the place. Presumably, you were trying to get away. So.
No, I mean like Mariner's still off. Like you know,
Mariner is
Sarah
away,
knows
yeah.
that the water's knee deep and has told the others, right? Yeah, because they were close. But we still don't know whether it's clean or not, right?
That's right.
Well, I would have brought some back. I mean, I'm this close to tasting it.
But you're not back yet. You're.
Oh, that's what I wanted to know. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, all right, hear me out, guys. Okay. So these ghouls seem to be stuck in a perpetual state of working this water purification system, right? If we can damage a part of the factory that we don't need, maybe they'll go and try to fix that. Maybe they'll do an all hands on deck, try to fix that, and we can get in and get what we need and get out. Eh?
What
Do we
if?
know that they're ghouls working on it? And that they're
No.
not people.
No, we
That's a great
don't.
point. Well,
So we could just be killing people.
they
Well,
seem
not
ghouls.
killing anybody, just distracting them, you know?
I wonder, here's the thought. We saw the guys coming out of the water at us, right? And they all had the same getup on. Which included covering their face and basically all of their skin, right? What if we don't need to move them at all? What if they're doing just great where they are, and they just need to think we're supposed to be there too? They didn't have complicated get-ups. What if we did some disguises?
That's a good
What if we just
plan.
walked on in?
Hey, maybe Sarah maybe Sarah can see if they're all like dressed up like that. That's a good idea. I like that one.
now.
That's like
I mean,
Shaun of the
did I
Dead.
get a good enough look at the uniforms?
Yeah, I mentioned that. They all look like those ghouls. They all have the dark
Okay.
attire. Yeah. While you all are talking about this, I'm going to pan back over to Slade. Okay, now Slade, you didn't hear that conversation. They also don't know what you know, that the water's clean and fine. You know, but while you're out here in the water, you haven't encountered any ghouls yet. But you do see. There is something you notice, and I'm wondering. Actually, it might be you might notice, because it depends which direction you approached the facility from. Let's see. Let me take your token, Rafferty, here. And since this is the vector, this is the direction that the ghouls came from, did you kind of like go to the left, or did you go to the right, to the east or west?
What angle did we approach him? Did the map load for me? Hold on a sec here. Okay. Okay, I can see... Sorry, I've got a bunch of pictures here. Okay, I can see the island, and that's me. Okay. Well, I mean, I would have investigated... is my ping showing up?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. No, I mean, I would have tried to investigate this. Once again, I'm trying not to be seen. But I did roll a scout check, and I didn't get any nuclears, so they might have seen me.
Okay. Let's see if they did.
Yeah, because biohazards aren't good, right?
Only if you've pushed. The biohazard, basically, if you push and you've got biohazards, then you take
Yeah,
damage.
I'm not going to push. I don't care if they see me.
All right, you don't notice anything. So here you are. Yeah, you're in this kind of area right here.
It's like, this water is drinkable. It's potable. I sure hope no one shoots me in the head.
All right.
And it's only waist deep here, even though there's clearly a dock over here.
Yeah, and even if you go kind of closer to where the dock is, it's still just knee deep.
Okay, that's why I was asking earlier. So the water's really low here. Like, it could be higher, but it isn't, right?
Right.
Okay, yeah, okay. but there's no floaters in it, and the water's got enough algae, that it might be potable. Although I'd still boil it first.
To hide the things that are starting to eat your feet.
Well, that's also true. But like I said, if the water's clear, that usually means it's got chlorine or something terrible in it.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you want to try to investigate?
I mean, I don't want to be seen. Is there anyone around?
You don't see anyone around. You could spend some more time investigating, and presumably that would increase your chance of being detected.
Yeah, and my goal was to scout, so I can see the place. I guess those are reservoir towers here. Are they obviously holed?
These reservoir towers are indeed, yes, they are holed.
Okay, which explains why the water is just spilling out everywhere. Now this right here, can I hear or see a turnstile turning inside this thing? Usually they have a broom inside here that
right
circles around.
Yeah, you look over and you can tell there's noise coming from this facility, and indeed these components are working and moving. This is an active plant.
Okay, based on what I've seen, that I've got purified water and that I've gotten this far, and I'm not confident in my ability to not be seen, I'm going to go back, because I got to go tell the techie guys, hey, there's machines. I'll take some of the water. I am completely out of water, so how much water can I take?
Do you have any containers, including previous things of water?
I don't know. I mean, that's like the game says I can have water, but it doesn't say what I would carry it in.
Yeah. In this case, I would say you need junk, or you would need one of the gearheads. The gearheads just gather scrap, like random.
I mean, because that's kind of a meta question. Does that mean I need stuff to carry my food in?
Now, you could just look around. You could be like, hey, do I, and in this case, I'll say probably, right, like you need to go over to the bank and kind of sift around and look in the piles of junk there.
Oh, no, wait, I'm mistaken. I do have water. I have 6 units of water.
Oh, okay. But
I'm out of food.
But if you search around where there could be some junk and find some junk, you could find containers and you could gather up as much water as you could carry.
Yeah, I just need to take some of it. So yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay, so you spend some time to get over to this bank here and you gather up, and you find some old tin cans and stuff like that, and gather it up. You find some ways to try to tie it together where they'll slosh. They kind of get a little comes out, but you're able to kind of secure them, and you're able to gather about as much water as you can carry. Yeah.
I just need a sample. I just want to say, hey guys, I found clean water. Here it is.
No.
And because I don't have radiation detectors or anything, I don't know if this stuff's radioactive or not.
All right. 2 things.
And I still don't.
You can, before you depart. Is there anything else? Do you want to go check for anything else?
Nope.
Very well. Before you depart, and this doesn't take any additional time, there are kind of these big things here. There's this tower, there's this facility, there's these things over here. I think there's a chance that there's something you might notice going on. You can make one more scout check if you want. Whoa.
The swag is unparalleled.
Look at the stunts.
Scout's a skill I have.
I'm going to add another stunt to this. I'll also say you can notice 2 things instead of just one if you choose. Or you can instead ask one of those 3 questions, or any other question if you want.
It's the water purification plant coming for me.
When you say one of the 3 questions, where are the questions?
If you click on stunts, it'll drop down, and that is a good point. I will describe what you see here. You see movement inside of this building.
Oh, there it is. All right, so I saw movement in here.
Yeah, you see movement. One of the figures is a large hulking figure.
Hulking figures are my least favorite kind of figure. Well, obviously the right question to ask is, how would I get past or away? How would I get in past them? How do I get in?
This facility here, you can tell, is actually quite large. It's quite possible that if you went in there, you wouldn't see them at all, so long as you were quiet and careful. and set out a scout ahead of you.
And there's
Especially
loud
with a stalker.
machines. Yeah, there's loud machines which could mask our noise. Okay, armed with this information, I will swim back.
All right. Okay, so you're all at this tree. Now, before that happens, so that hasn't happened yet, chronologically. Okay, he's still out there. So meanwhile, back with you all, have you decided if you want to build anything?
Well, I'm thinking out loud here, so anyone jump in. Plan 2, electric boogaloo. Without the electricity. Disguises, right? Useful. You know what else is useful? As a general proposition, rot suits. We kind of who knows? If they're purifying stuff in there, there's probably water that needs purified, and that's probably bad for us, or maybe there's something, whatever. Rot suits are good as a general proposition. So what about trying to put together some rot suits that look like the dude's outfits who came for us?
That sounds like a A1 idea to me. I don't even want to build a bomb, so I'm glad that we're doing this instead.
I demand that the rot
it's
suits look
probably
like
gonna
zoot suits.
take forever to make enough rot suits for how many people? 5?
We don't necessarily. I mean, it is a good question of the feasibility of everything. But I mean, if we might not necessarily need to outfit everyone if we're willing to take the risks of sending in a smaller group.
I mean, just to be clear, I'm not with you guys in character. I'm still just looking outside, wherever. So, you guys do what you want.
I thought that you were with the gearheads and underneath this tree.
Well, I was,
so
yeah. I
it's
mean,
up
underneath
top.
the tree. I don't know where the gearheads are or where anyone is.
We're all kind of in the
relation to
same
anyone,
area.
but-
Most of us didn't go anywhere.
I mean, I'm like, I was looking out for people in the kind of, if something goes down, I'm close enough to intervene. So yeah.
All right. So indeed, you have to basically take the time to do this multiple times. You can only build one contraption at a time. You can either help each other build a contraption, which, since you're both gearheads, again, I'll say is at a plus 2 dice to help, or you can each build a separate contraption. And this is if you even want to spend.
Is this?
I'll say this is taking 4 hours, but of note, Slade is off scouting anyways.
Yeah.
I don't know. More hands make less work. Let's each build one. See what we come up with.
Alrighty. I think that sounds like a plan.
So you're
Try
trying
get as
to.
many done as quick as we can.
Are you going to try to make a disguise or a rot suit? I will subtract a single die if you're going to try to make a disguise rot suit.
That was my hope was to 2-in-1 this.
Okay, then yeah, I'll subtract a single die, so you can both try to do it, but you'll do it at -1 skill die.
All right, and then I've got inventor, so I add.
Actually, I apologize. That's not how it
which would
works.
net
You don't
to-
subtract. What happens is I roll. You would actually roll a 4th pool, but I'll just roll it just to help keep it organized. So yeah, you can each do it. And then if this comes up a 6, you subtract a 6. That's how it works.
Boop.
I did not get a 6, so you're good to go. Whoa!
Wow.
Whoa! All right. Whoa!
I wonder if he's stunted, guys.
Oh no! And yours. Oh no! I rolled a 6. Oh no! Do you want to push?
Yeah, I'll push. How do I do that again?
And
Just
Push
click the
button. Got it. Did it.
Oh!
Great, you love to hear it.
I'm a rat guy.
What the fuck?
I just do rat stuff, baby.
These guys just made 2 of the best rot suits in town.
Can we just make one for everyone? Like everyone blinked and we're just like done. Got it.
Yeah, totally.
Next problem.
Yes. Yeah, you make because that was crazy. Yeah, you roll. You get rot suit disguises. You look like ghouls. Probably people
Like
would
to-
shoot you on sight in these things, though.
I like to imagine we were looking for stuff for it, and then we moved a big beam, and there was just 5 dead ghouls there, and we just
put it
we
on
just
top
yoinked
of
their
it.
stuff. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, just
That's
because it
what
would
I
be
call
too
inspiration.
awkward for me to like be in like on Gwen's back in a rot suit that kind of puts me in a thing. I don't think I have one because it just doesn't make sense to my brain.
Yeah, unless you're like 1.5 people in a rot suit, and then you're like, this is our big friend.
Yeah, no, I don't like that aesthetic. It's too goofy.
No one likes that aesthetic. No one likes it. All right.
From a
Okay,
pure
so
fashion point, it's just we don't.
At this point, Slade comes back. You see Slade arrive back, and he's got like a jug of water with him or something.
Hey, I need some of the eggheads to check this out.
What do you need checked out about it?
Is it poisonous?
Oh, that's easy. Drink it.
We'll figure it out in 2 to 3 business days.
You know, the best part about staring at you balefully is I have nictitating membranes over my eyes, so I never blink.
Ah.
No, seriously, is it like radioactive, or do you have what? So you don't have any water? Well, it looks clear enough to me. So yeah, I think I found the place. It's even running. Like they're purifying water as we speak. Maybe we should just move here.
It does seem pretty nice here.
Except for, the rot and the mutants and all.
There are people.
All right.
I think I know. I think I know a good way in. The water level's pretty low.
And is there a way that we can detect it to make sure if it's rotted or not?
Yeah, I didn't know if any of you guys have. Isn't there somebody here who can scavenge? But that's just food, right?
Yeah, I can scavenge food up pretty at will, but it's
kind of funny that this is a game about surviving in a wasteland, and I don't know what skill you use to identify toxins and poisons.
I would suggest it's know the zone, is what I would suggest.
All right, who's got know the zone?
I have pretty good know the zone.
I hand the water to you.
Let me take a little ratty sniff. I'm sensing notes of filth.
Got a ratatouille on.
Whoa!
There we go.
Dice are on fire tonight. This is great. I'm gonna say you can modify these stunts to be more relevant. So you could ask, the question itself, and then you could also ask something grander, like I don't know. You could broaden the question if that makes sense.
Yeah. So obviously the first question being, is this bad boy rotted, radioactive, poisonous, the works? In a general sense, so my understanding is that there's different types of purification. The most common one, I guess, or like rather the most high tech one is like adding various chemicals to purify it. So you'll chlorinate it and then add a bunch of other stuff. And then there's lower tech ways. So I know that to deionize it, to make it non-radioactive, boiling it wouldn't do anything, although that would kill disease. But if you filtered it through dirt or sand, that would be a much better way of removing radioactive material from it.
Right.
So some common ways to filter water,
I think I know
less
what
like
what
lower
you're
tech
putting
would be
down.
sand or boiling and things like that.
This is from smelling and and going on, checking it and stuff. Eventually, first of all, that this is purified water. You could drink it right now, and it'd work great. The second thing that is that this is extremely pure water, and the only way that's possible, there is an old world high-tech artifact in that place. If you can get whatever does this to this water, you will have pure water, purified water, in a compact, so you don't have to, like, imagine how water treatment plants work, where you have the soil system and it has to go through all that, blah, 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 blah. You don't have to do any of that. You can get a contraption out of this place, and it will purify your water. You just need to get that contraption.
I love contraptions, baby. Yeah, whatever's going on in there is what we need. Of course, I know what we need and what's going on in there, but just like, I'm like you guys do too. So like, I don't even have to really say it.
Mhm.
For going back to our home, if we bring back the stuff in there, it's gonna be dynamite. Let me tell you that. This is some high-tech stuff. This isn't your run-of-the-mill. Put it through some sand. Put it through a boiling process. No, this is what we need right here. Mhm.
Now, far be it from me to reflect on, the nature of humanity in a crisis or anything like that, but I do feel a little obligated to mention or bring up, what if there's only one? Now, what if these guys over here need it to live?
Let me offer some ratty wisdom, my friend, good fellow. Every man for himself, and I don't care about them. What do you think
You're
about that?
making nothing but great points, but I felt obligated.
No, it's a good point,
To
but at the
address
same time,
Yeah.
you're you and they're not you.
We will tell their story.
Exactly. You know what? We'll write it down. We'll make a plaque, in memoriam.
Yeah, we'll get a little permanent marker and write on the purifier in memory of.
In memory
All
of
right.
the VGs and their hit song "Staying Alive." It was an ironic last release. They died. Anyway, let's not think about that. Good
All
water.
right. Well, I think we've got some disguise / rot suits. We got water. I think it's time to ring the dinner bell and bring everyone home.
Okay.
That's like a metaphor, because
Metaphorically,
I wasn't building a bomb.
Everything there.
Okay. Just if you need a bomb, I wasn't doing that.
All right. So here you are. I'm gonna switch you to being a group icon.
So are you guys in your rot suits now?
Yes.
Does
should we
that
add
mean
those
we
to
no
our
longer get
stats?
armor, Ross? If
Uh,
well, at least the people who are wearing a rot suit.
How many rot suits do we have?
That's actually a good point. I'm gonna say that it would not make sense to wear the giant carapace bug armor and the rot suit at the same time.
I mean, even just to notice all this stuff. If stuff fucks up, this stuff just breaks because it's jury rigged. So keep that in mind.
Hey, jury rigged is the best I can
Yeah,
do.
I would have a
all
little
right?
bit more faith in us. I'm
That's
just saying,
gold
like,
standard.
maybe, I think what we did was great, Mr. Mole. I think we did really good work.
These are the best rot suits I've ever seen.
It's real, and I've seen a lot.
All right.
I've seen.
So how do you approach the facility?
Well, I guess we put these things to the test, right? If we walk up to those guys who are or were in the lake or whatever, and they start shambling at us with malicious intent, we could just do the same thing and run away and regroup and maybe build a bomb or maybe not or whatever.
You don't
like
see
whatever you wanna
anybody
do.
there currently. It looks like they returned to their facility.
I mean, I saw a hulking figure earlier, and it wasn't over here, which is where I'm recommending we go in.
Those are my least favorite kind of figures.
Yeah, I'm just following Mariner, I guess, if we're now moving in.
Yeah, I mean, I did scout the place.
I'm just wondering, what time is it now? Because I don't want to, for us to get, another hour in and then be exhausted and sleepy because,
Right. I would say that it's probably noon.
Can any of you see in the dark?
No.
No.
Might as well go in
And
at noon,
I'm
then.
scared of the dark.
I like to think of that as a trade secret.
So
Are we sufficiently close to the water that I can drink it?
you could do that.
I'm missing agility, and if I recall correctly, water fixes that? Question
Yep.
mark.
Yep.
Can I do that?
Yep. You got it. You got all your agility back.
Love to hear it. One of my favorite things to hear. All right, great.
Yeah, I mean, Ross, if you're saying that there's just junk lying around, can I grab a water bottle and some plastic water bottle off the ground and fill it up with water?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And then I'm just gonna drink that immediately after seeing Buds do it. So.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, Slade, are you going to take the same path in?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Very well. Okay. You get toward those docks. It's about right here, and you hear a voice. It's yelling from a window here in this building, and it's that big hulking figure. But it's like, hey, you idiots, get over here! Come here! What are you doing out there? Wait a second. Yeah, and then one of them's like, yeah, no, it's not. Oh, okay, yeah, get over here.
Let's go talk to Mr. Hulking Figure, I think.
Yeah, I'm tired of living. I'll go over there.
Sorry, that was really funny to me.
There's never a bad time to make new friends.
As you get closer to the window, you can see that there's this big hulking figure. It's a female mutant with a big bald head, and it's a... where are they? Let me see here. Here we are. Yeah. Very tall and heavily built with a deformed, misshapen, hairless head. And she's just like kind of hulking, you know. And then you've got this skinny, like scrawny, drawn, you know, kind of mutant. It looks like he's been like had his guts like his life has been sucked out of him. He's just like really drawn in and skinny. And he apologizes as you approach. He's like, I had to read your minds to make sure you weren't one of them. I'm sorry. And then there's a person in dirty blue coveralls. These are the mutants that were sent here by the Elder.
So good to see you guys again.
The big hulking one's like, keep your voice down. Get inside now. Come on. And then they're like hiding and like squatting down behind the windows.
I get inside. I don't need to be told twice.
Yeah. I'll follow the advice of our new friend.
I suddenly want to live again.
She's looking out the window, poking her misshapen, warped head up, looking out a little bit, and then squats down again. She's like, well, I guess the Elder must have sent you, huh?
Yeah.
Yep, straight from the Elder.
All right. There's ghouls all over this place. Dozens of them. Monsters. There's something else, too. Some other monster, a flying beast, a monster. It took Vorhan. Took Vorhan, flew him up there. She points
Well,
toward
they're going
this,
to take anybody.
points toward this tower here.
Oh man, I'm gonna miss him. I really love Vorhan.
He owed me bullets.
And then she shakes her head and she's like, look, it's us or them. We gotta find a way to kill all these ghouls and drive them out of this place. It'll solve our problems. We'll have clean water. We'll be able to trade with other settlements. We'll take over this place, make it a colony.
I'll nod sagely.
Calm down there.
What do you mean, calm
There's
down?
a time for big dreams, and that's when you're not facing immediate danger. For now, focus on the task at hand. Otherwise, this will all go to shit rather quickly.
The task at hand seems pretty simple. We need to kill all those things.
Maybe not.
The skinny one is like, anyways, hi, my name's Grit.
Hey, great.
This is Nelma. He points toward the big woman, and this is Lambda, the one in the blue coveralls.
Yeah, I missed you guys so much.
Well, who
So
are
how
you?
long?
Don't.
It's me. It's Ratchet.
He's an old friend.
Oh. Okay.
Come on, you remember your buddy Ratchet?
Yeah. Out of social
Anyway.
embarrassment, yeah.
Yeah. So it's clear you guys have been out here a while. Because I remember when you left. So what makes you think that we have to kill these guys just to like?
Yeah, can't we just take the important bits of this place and bring them back home? What is
Grit turns toward Nelma and is like, they've got a good point, you know, like there's a lot of them, and maybe we could just try to get the tech we need and just get out of here. And Nelma's like, look, it doesn't matter. Either way, we've got to get to the top of that tower. Vorhan, he had important tech. He had an artifact. We have to get it back. It's too important.
All right.
He also
Let's
had
go.
He had a bunch of gear, ammo, weapons.
I thought you said there was a really scary thing up there that might eat us.
Yes, there is that.
A follow-up question, and remember, it's me, your buddy Ratchet. So like, you don't have to get mad at me if you like don't really like the question. And you haven't gone up there already because.
I was about
Sorry,
to.
Okay, all right. Yeah, of course, you're right.
So were we.
Yeah, dude, exactly. Mole knows. So we could probably just wait down here then, while you, and we'll like cover you, right?
She actually thinks about this for a moment. She's like, yeah, I think that might be best. I see you have a gun. You could cover us from below. But the big girl here, she's got to go with us. We're gonna need all the punching power we can get. Maybe the stalker could climb up on one of those silos, and I don't know. And then she looks over at the fish man, and she's like, "No, you're definitely gonna have to climb with us too."
I can't climb. I got a bad arm.
What if? Do we know
true.
what do we know what this creature here eats or what it is? We know it flies.
Apparently,
But-
Vorhan.
Yeah, but we're a little short on extra Vorhans at the moment.
Let's see here.
Because like we know a lot of information here. We know that it likes to eat, and we know that we want it to die. We
And
could
I'd
work
like to know
together.
if they've looked around this building or not.
Those two things might be related.
Yeah, more than you'd think. You know that bomb idea you had previously?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, we're on the same page here.
The secret to knowing when a bomb needs to be used is always be thinking about a bomb.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and then we blow up the thing we need.
Well, the purifier's
No.
probably
We
not.
go
at the top of
back
the tower.
penniless.
But yeah, we might want to grab the
Everybody dies.
purifier before we start murdering.
Okay, she says it looked like some huge flying beast. It had these wings and claws, and
Was it like a bug or like a bird?
Yeah, what's its face look like? What does it look like it eats?
I think
Does it have brothers, sisters?
I think I've heard of these birds. I've read about it. It's like a bird. I've heard of those. Those birds from back, before the war, they must have been horrible threats. But perhaps the ancients had no problem dealing with them. But this thing is as large as I don't know.
I'm just gonna say that I've recall something that he read in the panoply of papers that he found, which he founded a religion on,
Yeah.
and he for some reason to him, there's some connection between climbing up a big tower and birds or something, and he's just yeah, I'm down for this. I will climb up this big tower if needs be.
I feel like he read an old copy of King Kong and saw the cover art where King Kong's climbing the skyscraper and the planes
Yeah,
are shooting at him.
Yeah, the religion's a mishmash,
It definitely involves a few pulpy comic books, though. Yeah.
And the Spock hand sign.
Yes. Nice. We definitely need to like establish the canon of this religion. That's probably at the point where it becomes a community project, as it says temple, and when that completes, then we have the canon of whatever this religion is. We don't know yet.
Yeah, I've got some of the like basics worked out already. I did that when I made all the NPCs
Nice.
for the gang.
All right.
I feel like canon is actually part of the religion.
So what's the
Any religion with cannons, I'm down for.
So what is the plan? What do you all think? Including, are you actually going to try to climb up this thing?
Well, I'm gonna ask first if they've explored this building that we're in. If I
Yeah,
can.
let's get some intelligence first.
We've looked around a little bit. This is some sort of ancient. They had controls here for this facility. There's computers everywhere.
And no sign of the cylindrical. The elder gave you the
The
description.
thing, yeah, the thing, yeah.
She just looks slack-jawed, like what?
Hey, follow-up question.
Keeping
How is this?
in mind the leader of the organization did die. Go ahead.
How is this place being powered?
Yeah.
Water turbines.
Self-sustaining. I like it.
Yeah, you could, and you guys can like ask these questions and make dice rolls. You can just announce what you want to do. Like you could do know the zone, or you could do.
Ratchet's not that interested.
Wait a
The
minute,
only thing is
that's
it can only be one check for a thing, like per scene or whatever. But people can also help. 3 people at a time could help. They announce.
Is there one of those like "You are here" signs around here with like the building layout and everything?
Yeah, absolutely. You find a.
Is there a water purifier on there somewhere?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's in an ancient, transparent material, and it's on the wall, and you have to like peel it. Unfortunately, some of the material disintegrates, but part of it you can see a layout of what's clearly. It's as if you were flying above this place, and it's laid out, and you can see all these things about. It talks about safety. And wearing hats and signage and all this kind of stuff.
Skip.
Yeah.
Would I be able to help direct them on the map based on what I saw from up top in the tree?
Okay. Yeah, you could do that. You could make a. I don't know. What do you think? Where are you at? Here, mole.
Know the zone or find the path?
It could
I was
be-
hoping for.
could
I was
be
about to say I was
jury rig.
hoping for reading, but if I assume I can read.
I
don't have
think you
jury
can
rig.
use. The mole is looking at this, but yeah, you could help him. You could do jury rig and add a die.
Okay.
Or
I'll take that. I'm
comprehend
good with
also
that
makes
stuff.
sense.
Ooh, comprehend does make sense, and I'm great at that as well. That just straight up, that's what that is. Yeah. So comprehend and add a die. Boop. Roll. There we go.
Boom, you comprehended
nice.
the fuck out of that.
Yeah, you get a stunt too.
All right. What else is something? Is there another room in this place that looks cool, like an armory or a rec center?
This wouldn't also happen to be a food purification plant too.
Yeah, like long-term food storage or something.
It doesn't look like
large
anything of
here.
value. You search the facility, and so first of all, you know exactly from these papers. These are ancient safety papers, which the most useful component of it is an indication of where there could be hydraulic danger, right? Like where there could be pressure. And you know that if you can make it into this reservoir, on the near side, there are 6 different major pumps, and you could pick any of them if you make it into one of the tunnels, make it to one of the pumps, and pull the device out. Now, the other thing that you're able to learn is not what is cool, but what is not cool, which is that The ghouls have stripped this place of anything useful, including fuel and weapons. But this place is also vulnerable in 2 pathways at a minimum into those reservoirs. You are confident you could lock down one of the pathways for them to be able to reach you, which will narrow their numbers and being able to respond to you if you were to try to get into one of these pumps.
And then I can set one of them on fire and make it a hazard for them to follow us through the other tunnel.
I'm pretty sure water purification stuff is kind of wet.
But zombies are not
I think
fireproof.
she's talking about she can like make someone combust with her mind and just like cause them to
Pyrokinetic.
explode.
That's handy. I wouldn't even know what muscle to flex.
So we've learned that basically what we need is over in the pumps, and we have to go through tunnels to get to it.
You don't have to go through the tunnel to get to it, but you know that the ghouls go through those tunnels, and you have the ability to close off those tunnels.
Okay. What are the alternative courses of ingress to these locations?
You could just go overland. You could literally just walk there. You could go right out the front door and walk right across. And from there, you could go inside. Like, you could literally go up one of these old ancient stairways and then spiral down into where the pump is. You could also take one of the tunnels further close to the reservoir and go into the reservoirs, and then come around into the pump. That's where the ghouls are that aren't patrolling.
But I think that, I don't know, I thought most of us felt like we didn't need to directly fight, kill, or otherwise engage the ghouls. We would probably avoid doing that, eh?
But once we start looting a machine, it'll probably become an issue.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well,
Do we
unless
have...
they're not hanging around the machine, we don't quite know what its immediate vicinity looks like.
Can I ask Hulking Mass, whatever her name was, Jolene or whatever? I don't remember.
Gwendolyn?
Yeah, Gwendolyn, that's what it was. Gwendolyn, do you remember what... yeah, sure. Do you remember what Bird Meat was holding when he got that nickname?
Vorhan.
He had how I miss him.
He had an ancient artifact from the old world. It would help out our arc if we could get it. We need to go get it so that we can put it into the vault.
So let's try charades then. Where did he get that? Was that at this facility?
No, we found it on the way.
Okay, all right.
Do you know what it did?
No.
Can you describe it?
Well, actually, let me see. Let's see here. They looked like it was like a box that had lots of little cylinders in it, and within the cylinders were lots of little tiny objects.
Is Grit still around?
Yeah, Grit is totally still around.
Hey, Grit. Hey, buddy. Do you remember what the Elder, peace be upon him, asked you guys to come out and get?
Yeah, we're supposed to try to get a replacement for our water purifier.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is that what Bird Meat and what the water purification stuff, they're just completely unrelated, it sounds like.
At this, Nelma's like, yes, but we need everything we can get. And besides
No, it's a good point. It's a really good point.
He also, I mean, sure, we'll fix the water. And if you ask me, when it comes right down to it, we're going to have to deal with these ghouls one way or another. We steal their purifier. They're going to follow us. They're going to find us. We're going to have to deal with them.
Oh, are they not stupid? Oh, that's a shame.
I was really counting on them being
They're
stupid.
intelligent.
No, they're organized, intelligent. They know how this facility works. We should even try to capture some if we could.
Are they, like, friends with the bird?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I think it just made.
All right. Either way, is there any way? Is there any like, around the tower or somewhere in a cupboard or something? Is there any safety gear for like climbing the tower?
Yeah. You find some safety gear where you'd be able to.
Yeah, harness myself so I don't fall too far. Double clips, all that kind of crap.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So if y'all are going up the tower, what is everyone doing?
Who all's going
Well,
up?
I'm not just gonna go up straight away. I'm gonna like at least get Sarah.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna perch somewhere up on the tower with my rifle and all my bullets.
Like it just makes sense to take the stalker up onto a tower.
You're gonna
It
go up the
does.
same tower?
I'm talking about like the tallest tower.
That's
Yeah,
the
the
one with
tower.
the bird.
Tower?
That's the
Wait, the
one
giant
there.
bird's at the top of this tower?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do we want to deal with the bird then?
Hell yeah.
Well, yeah, because that'd be a good vantage point. I guess the small tower for now, and see what I can see of the bird from there.
Like,
Okay.
what was your mutation again?
Pyrokinesis.
All right, yeah. Like, we got this.
Oh shit, yeah. Yeah, let's just go up the big one. I'll set the whole fucking nest on fire.
Okay.
If necessary, or just the bird.
Would like to point out that and just throwing it out there that might undermine stealth.
Well, they've got to climb up a tower.
But also, my
like
rifle
maybe you
going
guys
off will
can.
also counter
No,
stealth.
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, should we do the bird first or the water purifier first?
Why not simultaneously? The ghouls might be distracted by what we're doing enough for you guys to sneak through the tunnels or whatever.
Why are there 4 burlaps?
They're the other mutants, the ones that you met here.
Oh, okay.
There's never too many burlaps.
We could kill 2 birds with 1 stone, as it were.
Nice, good job. This
Well,
guy's
there's
clever.
2 birds, they're multiplying.
Okay.
And we only have 1 stone.
So you guys are going to try to sneak in via the tunnel, and then everyone else is going to try to make it up the thing. And
Well, is anyone patrolling the grounds? Because you said that the ghouls were in the
Yeah, those
tunnels.
dweebs that have been here the whole time.
so far you haven't seen anyone.
That just might be the quickest path between 2 points. Is just to kind of walk overland with purpose, reduce non-human interaction.
Yeah, I'm like a sneaky rat guy, so I'll sneak over there.
Yeah.
Are you trying to sneak or do you just walk?
Well, I guess we probably don't need a sneak, eh? If there's no mutants around.
Even if there's mutants around,
Top hat and twirling a cane.
we look like we're supposed to be here. We work here.
We do look cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just. It's another day at work, you know. We're just walking across the grounds.
We're maintenance. We're going to fix the pumps,
Yeah.
guys. Simmer down, all
The
right?
problem, it's been making sounds. We got it.
You all start using your climbing gear. You start making your way up. Some of you start walking across when all of a sudden you hear.
Didn't think about getting eaten by the bird.
The air is pierced with a shrieking cry as this like giant crow dragon thing, mutant thing, like flies out of the sky and swoops down towards you.
Well. If it isn't the consequences of my own actions, can we go back?
towards the people climbing the tower, or the people?
No, towards the people being idiots and walking across the open ground.
If it worse, the worst possible scenario.
You mean those idiots? Yeah.
Yeah, no.
This is a canonical conversation we're having as we look over, right?
Yeah.
Could I safely, from where we're climbing up the tower with the harnesses and stuff, hook my arm through the ladder and like take careful aim from there to try and shoot at the bird?
Yeah, totally. Let me describe the bird. It says yellow and brown feathers would make this blend in, appearing just as if it were a pile of trash. It has
definitely that.
claws long and sharp as knives, and it's just likes to eat things. It's about a wingspan.
Yeah,
of
I'm right
25
there
feet.
with it.
What? Did you say 25?
25 feet wingspan.
That sounds like
Jesus
this.
Only?
fucking Christ.
The trash
Okay.
hawk. The trash hawk. All right.
This thing's about to deliver freedom to you guys.
Everyone roll a d6. Uh-oh, Trash Hawk got to a
good to me.
6.
That I'm rolling as Joel here. Gotta click on my character.
Oh god,
Oh.
everyone's Joel.
You know what? That is so annoying.
Yeah, you'll have to keep track of your
That's how they
roll.
get you.
So far, the Trash Hawk is what I got. Except I got. Let me check its agility. Oops.
I mean, the Trash Hawk beat everybody is all that matters, right? Or
Well,
nearly
well,
everyone.
Well, we have 6s.
Rafferty, your agility is a 4, so its agility is an 8.
Well, yeah, you
Only?
win. We can't beat that.
Surely it has to spend time flying at us, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't start next to us.
It will.
Well, and-
It rolled a 6 and its agility of 8. It wins.
It can swoop from long distance and fight its
That's what I
target
wanted to
immediately.
hear.
It, however,
I
takes
always
1
knew
point
I
of
would die from
damage.
swooping.
But also, like, do I get a surprise shot? I'm just saying.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, we heard it screech, so I was ready.
Yeah, I agree. You can go ahead and roll for that. Yeah, I agree.
Sweet.
Oh Jesus
Holy
Christ.
shit.
Only?
Oh man!
All right.
Do you want
So
to push?
You could also
Why would I
push
need to
for,
push that?
You could push for extra damage.
All right.
Re-roll everything though.
No, you don't.
Not
You
for-
only re-roll the ones that aren't 6s.
I got another
Oh,
stun.
right.
Okay,
Perfect.
cool. So yeah, I'm gonna,
Yeah, but you got a
Use my-
biohazard.
freaking damage.
So you want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage?
So I already do 2 damage, and then plus 4 on top of that.
stunts, Yeah.
You snipe the Trash Hawk in its eye just as it's swooping down and almost about to attack someone, and you cause it to just make this monumental crash like Mothra from Godzilla, and it crashes into one of the reservoirs and makes it explode.
Never
Okay,
did
I
that.
look down at our party of ants below, and I just give them like the 2-finger, like, cool guy, not salute, but like, I got you.
Yeah, I'll thumbs up that. Best
Uh,
thing I've seen all day.
Gentlemen. We're supposed to be here. Just another day on the job.
He does the Vulcan
you
hand
hear
sign.
a huge
And then the gunshot attracts the horde of.
you hear a huge clamor as a bunch of things start clamoring out from the reservoir.
I'd prefer if
Damn.
they didn't.
This
Now-
just gets funnier. It just gets funnier. But that was awesome.
Meanwhile, you're halfway up. Do you want to go ahead and continue up? And
Hell
figure
yeah.
out-
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Don't
Let's say-
stop me
I
now.
got a perfect sniper's nest waiting for me up there.
Let's say that happens. So you get up to the top and you see something inside of here. You see the gory
An egg?
remains of the Stalker Vorhan, who has been ripped apart by the gigantic trash dragon thing.
I waste
Um,
no time
damn.
looting his corpse.
He has a scrap rifle with twin barrels that gives you a gear bonus of +2, 6 bullets, 3 rations of canned food, 5 rations of clean water in plastic bottles, and he has
Nice.
a box of cylinders with tiny little pellet-like objects that fill them up halfway each with a big squishy swab in each of them at the top of it.
Do I understand what this is?
You could make a comprehend check if you wanted to, but
Comprehend.
only one check could be made.
I'll try to comprehend.
All right.
I'd definitely take that rifle though.
Can you assist me in comprehending at all?
I will assist him.
I'm like, hey, what's this?
Yeah, you could do that. Uh-oh.
It could be anything.
Could be everything.
There's one other thing that you notice, which somebody could attempt, like a medic or comprehend or something. I don't know if medic is a. what is
I've
it?
got heal.
It could be heal or something. There is another skeleton here, and the skeleton looks strange. There's something off about the skeleton, and clutched in the skeleton's hands is a book, still in fairly good condition.
Ooh, a book. Yeah.
I'm to add to the religion.
Oh no.
I mean, I don't roll good dice.
And at this point, Nilma, she's like, "Give me all of that. I have to take it. I have to take it back to the acolytes." You all are standing at the precipice of this tower, you know, and she's like demanding that you give all this stuff to her.
All of it?
All of it.
I mean, who the hell are you?
I'm the leader of this expedition. I'm the one in charge now.
Are you?
She starts getting angry, and she starts just like.
I take off my
muscles start-
goggles, spend a mutation point, and tell her to jump off the tower.
Brutal.
All right, you spend a mutation point. Does she get a save? I don't know how this works.
No, it just says
Yeah.
decide what the victim's next action is.
She looks at
Woof.
you and has a surprised look on her face, and then the next thing that happens. So let me pan back to these guys. So you see this like giant trash dragon crash into this thing, and you just see one of the reservoirs just go like everywhere, and then you hear a bunch of clamor and a bunch of people running and stuff, and then all of a sudden this dead body just goes and splats right next to you.
Ratchet
Smile
looks
and wave,
at
boys.
Ratchet
Smile
looks
and
at
wave.
Slade and he goes, "This sounds like stuff we're gonna have to take care of."
All right, what do you all do?
No, all the Joels died.
I know. I'm
Rip.
working on it.
Sorry, real quick. Can you tell me more about the double barrel rifle again?
Yeah, it's twin barreled, and it gives you a gear bonus of +2. I would have to look it up. I can. If you have the book though, you can look up the gear. I think it's in the back. A twin barreled one. I think it just holds 2 bullets is what it does without needing to reload, if I recall correctly.
That makes sense.
Okay. So still damage 2.
Yeah, I think that's what it does. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, what do you guys do down here?
We can hear them clamoring, right, at this
Yep.
point?
Yeah, there's a bunch of people clambering your way.
And Trash Hawk landed like at this particular reservoir.
Yeah.
Let's go to this one.
Okay.
Yep, that's
And it sounds like they're going to be real distracted for a couple
full
minutes.
steam ahead.
You go towards that one. You climb inside, and inside, I wonder if I have a picture of this. I don't. I didn't expect this. I didn't expect some of these things, so I didn't have the cool picture because I was like, they won't see that.
That's our goal, to be unexpected.
And sure enough, so you go inside of this thing, and you can see the component you're looking for, but also something moving in the water. This water is not clean in this one. Now the pump is fine. In fact, it's pristine, and it's clear to you no one has been in this reservoir in a long time. The reservoir is in perfect condition except for the inky black water that's starting to burble.
Where could you describe the physical space for me? Where are we? Where is the objective?
So inside of this reservoir, there's like this cavernous circular space with a catwalk that has 2 bars that bar you from the pool of liquid in the center and a mechanism. And there is a artifact-like object attached into the water. You think you can just like get on that and detach the thing, and you've got your thing. Meanwhile, in the center where this water is down at the bottom, the water is inky black. What's really peculiar about the inside of this space is it's pristine, it's clean, it's not rusted. You can tell that no one has walked in and out of here. You can tell that there's nothing wrong with the part either. It's just simply
apologize.
not been used.
You're kind of phasing in and out a little bit, but I think I got
Really?
everything in there. Yeah, you've been doing it kind of all night.
Oh,
thought
no.
it was just me.
No,
Yes,
someone else
so
mentioned
did
it
I.
earlier. That
Definitely
was my.
Ross.
It's
Get
not been
together,
too
man.
bad. It has moments. Anyway, so
Yeah, we'll get back to that.
it seems like there's a living thing in this water. Is what you're saying?
Yes.
No problem. I've seen this at I'm totally blanking on words. I'm gonna feed it.
Disney World.
Yeah, the thing next to Disney World, actually.
SeaWorld.
SeaWorld was exactly. I was thinking Water World, and I'm like, that's a completely different movie.
Dude, maybe we are the same class, just like in real life.
It's we're up. We have one brain cell shared together. Anyway, I've got 4 rotten grub. Let's go. I'm gonna feed the dolphin.
Okay. Is the intention to try to create a distraction so that then you can get the part? Is that the idea?
That is a good time to ask. What kind of gearhead are you over there?
I'm a
Mr.
tinker.
Ratman?
I fix stuff.
All right. I don't think I'm an inventor, so I don't know if that gives either of us an advantage. But sure, I'll feed this creature here, and you can kind of take care of that there machine.
I'm on it.
All right. Now,
Yes, sir. He gives you a ratty salute.
Meanwhile, Slade is with you guys. Wait, it's Slade? Yeah, Slade, because he's got the broken arm. Slade is with you guys. Slade, what are you doing while this is going on? You see all this stuff.
If you can speak fish, now is the time.
That would be the time.
I can totally speak fish.
All right. Whoa. Okay. Something happens. Let's see it. Let's see here.
I'm gonna need you to be a little bit more specific.
And then everything explodes.
But build the bomb.
Let's see here. There it is. That's what I need.
No fair.
The bomb was always the friends we made
The
along the
bomb
way.
was the friends we made along the way.
Those aren't fish. You lied to me.
It was a brain cell we shared.
Now that being said, it can still try to do a thing. All right. So somebody's feeding it. Somebody's talking to it. I'm curious about this part. Ratchet, could you please make your check? It could be jury rig. Oh, jury rig.
Oh, I'm gonna be jury rig.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna push it.
Okay.
Push.
Do.
Nice.
Hey,
All right, you take 1 damage from it, but okay. All right, so yeah, you get the part out. You're like trying to get it out while you throw this stuff in, and these things coalesce. Can you all hear me now, or is it still breaking up?
Yep.
And does it
Coalesce.
was it an internet thing? Does it sound like I'm kind of like, or is it like a microphone thing?
It sounded like it was an internet thing.
Well,
It was the
yeah,
visual and the audio. It would kind of catch
the
up
whole
for a
video
moment and
locks
then
up and
restart.
you go silent. So
I've-
yeah,
I've-
it's an internet thing.
I've been having internet problems here because of construction. I was actually worried about tonight. I'm glad. I guess just let me know. But anyways, okay.
Not been too bad.
It's
Right.
fairly infrequent.
I'm glad. Okay, good. Okay, so these giant slimy black worms that are like as long as a man. There are hundreds of them, and they just like coalesce up to eat this food, and they just like a tornado of giant black worms. But then someone starts to try to speak in fish. What do you speak and what do you say in fish?
Hey, you stupid fish, get out of here. As he totally plain English.
They turn to look at you as if they were one thing, and it looks at you.
uh-oh.
And let's see
Okay.
here.
I'm just waiting for.
Oh.
Oh! Ross, did you have to do it to him like that with the engulfing attack?
Well,
I've
there's
never even-
more to it than this.
I didn't
Oh,
even know
great.
that guy. He wasn't with me.
So say something.
Remember, I gave you the food, just like, if we're counting
Yeah.
who did what to you.
He
I
just
just call you stupid or
I
ugly.
came in here to feed you, and he just came in when the door was open. Like we weren't together.
Let's see here. So oh god, this is probably gonna like cause things we're gonna figure out later. You say, "Hey, you stupid!" You say that in fish, and it turns, and then all of a sudden you hear a voice.
No, I said that in English. I just asked me if I could speak to fish.
Oh, that's funny. You do that.
I don't have any actual
That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
telepathy
you ask them
powers.
if you can, not if you would.
It turns towards you and it speaks directly into your mind, and it says,
Oh God.
"We have been safe here. This is our home, our sanctuary. We are fed and praised. Our followers know that we are a god, and soon we will grow and become what we are meant to be. and like this just like starts peeling apart your neurons, and you look over and you see Slade, and his just blood is coming out of his eyes and his nose, and he's
Can
just
we
like
hear
this.
this, or is he just bleeding?
He's just bleeding.
I'm just bleeding.
Okay.
He's just bleeding, and you
I had to go
have
talk to the fish and started
Smile
bleeding.
and wave, boys.
you have
Smile and wave.
you have the part.
I remember that, Slade. That's a classic. Good party trick, man.
Yep. And now let's leave.
All right. Well, that's bad. So what does
That's
that do
it.
to me?
You are you leaving? I guess is the question. I'm gonna figure out what it did to you, but
Oh, okay. I mean, I gotta know what it did to me before I can
Yeah.
leave. Like, am I capable of leaving?
I'll
they're gonna have to
sort of
carry
pick
you.
him up if he. Yeah. I'll just real casually, arm around the waist. Come on, you've had one too many. It's let's go home.
Closing time.
Oh, was that like not a damaging attack? It was just he's fucking been infested with brain parasites or something.
it's I'm about to
I
figure
mean,
that out
who
right
among
now.
us hasn't?
Who among us hasn't? Yeah.
Let's
Something,
see here.
something. The stones and glass houses.
And also, we'll not forget my nod to Sarah that we're in agreement that that guy just lost his mind and jumped off the top of the tower.
Crazy stuff happens, you know.
That's what I
So
saw.
weird.
You
I-
probably have
so-
to.
Yeah,
You
people.
probably have to tell his
Like, I'm
mutant
the leader
friends
now,
that.
and then jumped off like we were gonna lemmings after.
Oh yeah, I was just pre-preparing, the thing that's our alibi,
Ghouls start to swarm
fuck
out
me.
of this place towards you. Now let's talk about what happened with Slade. Okay, so because I have to honestly I have to look because it's really crazy and confusing to me.
You
let's-
think it's crazy and confusing to you? Wait until
Yeah,
he
wait.
feels in.
All right. So all of this is going to be. Let's see here, and also these worms spill out and start swarming around everywhere.
Ah.
If it isn't the consequences of our
We,
action.
yeah, we weren't able to like close the door behind us.
You didn't tell me that. You said
I
you
thought it was
leave.
implied. We didn't say we opened the door.
I mean, I feel like it would have been like, hey, we are gonna definitely close this door and try to like put something on. I don't know. I would have. Anyways, it's okay. Let's see here. This is. You take. What is it? Oh God. Okay. You take doubt damage. So.
The
Doubt.
worst kind of damage. I don't even.
That's an empathy, right, or some shit.
I have no idea what to make of that.
I think. Yes, that's empathy. So you would go negative. Let's see. So what's going to happen is you lose 2 empathy. That's the first thing that happens.
Not great.
And then
Well, this is damage. Do I have a chance to shake it off? I have a special shake it
Oh.
off power.
Does it say that it only applies to physical damage or not? I don't know. What's it
Where
say?
would it say that?
Oh, it'll say it in the text for that ability.
In the text. Okay, let's take a look at it. Shake it
Yeah.
off.
In this case, it's
It says
with,
whether physical or psychological.
psychological. Okay, yeah. So what? How do
All
you,
right, so
yeah.
yeah, the first thing I'll do is I'll shake it off. It's like, brain worms. You think you're a good thing I have a very compact brain. Let's see. Did something happen? There we go.
Oh.
Oh no.
Well, I'm tired of living. I might as well push that. Let's see. I roll one less die because I'm pushing, right?
no, you just press the push button.
No,
on your
you just
character
press
sheet.
the button.
Okay. There we go.
All right. So now it works. So, but you take 2, which you took the damage. So what is? Or you took
It just
1.
reduces it by 1, I think, right?
I think you can like.
Yeah, for every success.
Yeah, every success just reduces it by 1.
That's it.
Well, yeah, I rolled like ass.
Oh, no.
Let's see.
I think you're expecting more, Ross.
I was. I thought it was like a mutant ability.
I mean, there was a chance I could have shaken off a lot more. I just didn't roll very well.
I just did not do that.
Okay. Now the next thing to try is the amphibian power, because the amphibian power says you can use slippery scales to absorb damage, but I don't think that works on mind attacks.
Yeah, it says
Yeah.
external damage.
Well, this is external damage, but
Yeah.
let's not worry about that.
All right.
It's the
So-
outside of my brain is the problem.
Yeah.
So
All right.
you-
So I lose 2 points of empathy.
And then there's one left. So I think what happens is you take critical damage, and we figure out what happens with critical empathy damage.
Sure. Is
Who
there a
no
table?
longer believes
I
he
believe
can
there's a
swim.
table.
That's a
I mean,
great punk rock band name.
I'm sure there's all kinds of mental confusions, like confusion, fear, charm, that kind of stuff.
What's your empathy at now?
Well, 0. I only started with 2.
Jeez.
Yeah, I think
Gotta
that
have
this,
a dump stat.
That means you were like
I don't
broken or
think-
something.
Critical Empathy Damage is actually playing at the Mercury Lounge next weekend, and I got tickets.
Awesome. I sure hope they play Shake It Off.
You are broken, and it says you break down in fear, self-pity, or sorrow. You can't use any skills, perform actions, or active mutations, so they drag you out.
Brain fried.
And then being broken, damage points, blah blah blah. When your strength falls to 0. Okay, so this is good news. You can't take any more empathy damage, and it does not give you a critical. So this is very good. So interestingly, you just tanked all that psychological damage, and you don't take a critical. So that's it. You're
Turns
just
out
like,
you can live without empathy.
We already knew that.
not the most important thing right now, as a matter of fact. So they're able to drag you out. Meanwhile, there are screaming hordes of these beings, and you notice as like he starts to bleed, as like Slade starts to bleed, this thing gets bigger. There are more of these worms, and it starts to grow. And the worms.
Well,
I'd
that's not
prefer
good.
if it didn't.
All right, now what do you all do? Sorry, a
Uh,
lot happened.
Get the hell out of Dodge. If
well,
we
the
have the
best
part.
kind of
It's like if
plan.
we see them and they're like, we have the part!
The best kind of plan is, of course, to have multiple plans.
Right.
So, do you remember the scene in the first Indiana Jones movie when Indy has the idol and he's running and there's 1,000 naked people after him?
Mhm.
That's
Then he
my
builds
plan.
a bomb on
Okay.
the way.
So,
Dead
what we
bitch.
really need now is a water plane.
If the plan is to run, everyone needs to make a move check, except someone will have to carry Slade, which will either mean that you need to get a stunt on your move check. Somebody will have to get a stunt, and everybody will have to pass.
Pour around
got-
and start the plane.
I got 4 agility and 0 move. Any volunteers?
You also have mutations. People have those of note. No one's used one.
I've
yet,
got
except
4
well,
agility
one.
and 2 move.
If you want them, you can have them.
I mean,
It's
guess
a
we're
free
already
man.
not
You will
just
never
running,
get this offer
Then,
again.
So
Yeah.
I'm rolling move.
Yeah, everybody could roll move if the plan is to run, and so everybody's going to need to pass, and you're going to need at least one stunt to get
Rat
him
time.
out.
Well, I passed.
I did not pass.
Get good, scrub.
Man,
I did not pass.
I got a stunt.
I feel almost like maybe Ivar is muscle dude, so maybe you hold him while you're also being carried. I don't know how that works. You
Yeah, I'll
guys-
just hold his arms or something. I assumed I'm like, when someone's just carrying me, that she has some sort of like, strap kind of thing.
All right, and then who else? Oh yeah, that's right. You guys gonna push?
I'm gonna have to. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
Where-
Oh. Oh no.
Where's that push button you guys were talking about?
It's just on the sheet right next to roll.
Somebody had burlap selected, and now we just have to guess, which is funny. Oh,
Okay.
nice.
All right.
Ooh.
I'm not winning.
Oh no.
Oh no.
He's this thing is catching up to him, and
My gearhead friend.
yeah,
How many times can I push?
that's it. You
Just
can't
once,
push-
yeah.
Nice. All right.
Can I build an impromptu bomb and blow it up behind
I
him?
mean, and you just got worse at running away. Which.
Well, I only really needed to be good at it the one time, you know.
This was pretty much the crucial running away time.
Yeah, I was
That
like,
did
I'll
not
take the
succeed.
damage. I don't mind it. I just kind of need to win.
Now, when you're fleeing, I think that you have flee, roll to move. So roll a d6 to see who acts first. The giant swarm of gigantic black oily worm things, or you.
All right.
Okay, mole.
Well, the good news is that I rolled a 5. I just learned.
All right. Its agility is 0, so you are actually able to act first. So now, the way this works is you can roll to move to flee, but you're in short distance. Yeah, short distance, so it's at a +0, so no big deal. You just got to pass.
All right. What do you need from me?
A move roll if you're trying to flee. If you're
Well, as much as I like. Ooh.
And
Woof.
fight them all off. You got
Yeah. All right. Big money, no whammies.
it. Ooh, whammies.
All right. I can push that. You said right.
you can push. It's
I got a
getting
1 in.
worse.
You're
Chance-
only re-rolling one die.
It's
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
Well, it's
worse.
a 1 in 6 chance of survival, which is more than
Better
some
than a
people
no
get.
in 6
Now,
chance.
Yeah.
you guys have made it to
Oh
the
my
water,
God.
but you see that your friend is languishing.
Can I push just to try and get more stunts to fucking save him?
You could help him by like maybe expending some ammo into this mass, which you'd roll a d6 to help. 3 people can help,
Mm,
but I'm gonna say it's gonna take a
no,
ranged attack.
I'm not. I'm not gonna
I don't
waste
see
the
any
ammo.
way that I
Oh
can.
my gosh! You're not gonna waste the ammo.
Sorry, holy moly.
I'll haunt you.
No one else is gonna try to help him.
Did you get like 6 extra bullets?
Yeah, I did. I guess I'll
He's
try
just
to like.
rolling in
How many,
ammo
are,
right
how many
now.
of them are between he and us?
Between he and you, none, because they're behind him.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I guess I'll like take out, like the front one.
Well, there's millions of them.
All you got to do is get a 6 to pass. Just one of them. Oh, but you're not shooting. Yeah. Oh, that's a 1. That sucks. Okay.
Ooh.
All right. Anybody else trying to help? There's 2 other chances to get a 6 to help if anybody's trying to help.
I don't have any kind of range thing or.
I mean, he's my buddy. I
You
gotta
have
do
a
it.
crossbow? Oh wait, yeah, you don't. No, he does.
No, I
gotta-
just have a shovel and a knife.
I got a scrap pistol, so I'm gonna do the d6. Ready?
And is there anyone I can set on fire for him?
You could set the worm swarm on fire. It's the only thing that matters.
It has to be within near range, though. Of me.
That's
Uh-oh.
true. You would have to
Yeah.
come towards me to save me.
It sounds like they're gonna abandon you. That's the vibe.
Sounds like
I'm
they're
getting.
gonna abandon me.
I'm ready to d6 waste one of my bullets and try to help him.
Wait, can anyone else fix the water purifier when we get out of here? Or do
Maybe.
we actually need him?
They need him.
I could probably do this, whatever.
Okay. Sorry, holy moly.
Yeah, no, I can. Yeah.
All of that
can I
would've been
can I
character.
roll can I roll my d6 for the shot?
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay, all right.
Dang
it!
Okay. So
He's a little ratty
used all
guy.
the good rolls earlier. It seems.
it now has its chance to attack.
Sometimes the universe tells a story.
It's going to do an engulfing attack.
Name the purifier after me. Haha.
It
Suck my
misses
dick.
miserably. Like you're just like these things are like falling around you, and you're like dodging as you're trying to run and stuff. You
My
can
God, we're in the Matrix.
roll.
We're all
that.
like, yeah, you got it, man. Just keep
You're
going.
just watching.
It's doing the
Cheering him
thing
on.
where the dying scene just keeps drawing out. And they just don't finish it.
Yeah, somebody do
Yeah.
something. This is
At this point, these things are catching up too. All right,
could have
see
built a
if
bomb in this time.
you could attempt to make a move check. I don't know if anybody wants to help, but just go ahead and declare that now. But you have to make
I
a move
help.
check if you're fleeing.
I'll help. I'll use up my
Is
other
one of
bullet.
the is
He's my
one of
buddy.
the other people
Have a
still
gun?
with us? The people that aren't part of the group.
Yeah, absolutely. You got 2 of them.
All right, which one seems to be the purest of heart?
Ah,
Just out of my basis assumptions right now at the minute.
yeah. It would definitely be. That would be easy. It would be Grit, the skinny one.
Okay, so the other one, unfortunately, I pull my goggles off and say, "My child, you know what you must do. Sacrifice
Oh,
yourself."
no.
And I tell her to run into the swarm of stuff to try and help him.
All right, you're able to get away, Mole, as someone seems to sacrifice themselves to the teeming
Can
horde
I
of
have clarification on
worm
something?
cultists and worm things.
I won't look a gift friend in the mouth. I'll just.
Oh no, other guy. No.
I mean, you
Anyway,
guys,
glad to have you back, Mole.
you guys remember her name, right? Like that NPC.
Although a solemn
Yeah.
tear comes out of my goggle as I
We
put
try
it
to
back
forget.
on.
Yeah, Francesca. Man, we'll miss you.
For the record, my backup plan at that point was, instead of continuing to try to flee, to continue running in the direction of fleeing while saying, "They're going that way. Get them. I'm one of you. Same team. Yep."
Okay, are you guys taking the same path back, or are you exploring different areas on the way back?
I don't suppose I could have drank any of that water while we were running.
You can grab some and drink it later, but
I mean, I don't know if Sarah tracked the extra food and what we got, but I added it to my sheet.
No, I added it to my sheet. I was looting that
Okay,
corpse.
yeah, well, it's fine, it's fine.
Dr. Power.
I'll change it back.
okay. So, are you guys going to try to explore additional areas on the way back, or are you going to try to just go back the way that you have already explored?
I mean,
Well,
if we're worried
we-
about the arc falling, the best thing would be the same path, right?
Or to rephrase it, are you just trying to get back, or are you going to keep exploring?
I think that, we could of course take a vote on it and who wants to try their luck with the mind-reading worms, but I think that haste might be prudent.
Yeah, we all obviously remember all these sectors.
I mean,
we
I
came
remember
through,
it took
so-
us a while to do the travel initially and rest and that kind of stuff. It took us we rested once, right?
It only takes an hour to go through a sector to just get back in a way that's explored, and a half an hour with a find the path. So, in short order, because you've been through this area, you make it back to your sanctuary. Before we end for the night, I want to note, Sarah, you noticed something about the things you looted. There's something that you notice about this.
I hope they talk to you.
Let's see here. I think I might have it.
Sarah almost forgot what it was. Trying to
I
remember.
broke him.
The diary. I hope that. Okay. You find something, Sarah, that you had started to doubt you would ever see.
Okay.
I feel like there's something else about this. Let me find it. It says, this worn and waterlogged notebook claims to belong to an Eden scientist.
Ooh.
And that's where we'll end the adventure for the night.